intangible thing that's like, okay, this is Riverboat Gamblers. And this band was never really like, okay, this is gonna be a punk rock band in this genre, or this is gonna be a straight rock band in this genre. It wasn't really, it's kind of evolved and more, like I've always been really attracted to bands that I felt kind of straddled multiple genres. Which I'm actually like fairly happy that it's garnered as much interest in the title, but Howl comes from this pagan god called Moloch, which is kind of this symbol that kind of keeps popping up in these things. And we kind of saw it as, you know, living the lives we lead. We're these mice kind of running around while there's this big owl kind of like looking down over all of us, kind of ready to come down and pounce and take what used to kind of be me or Fadi came in with the song, and we pretty much kind of dictated like, this is how I want it. And this time it was like me, Fadi, Ian, and even Rob came in with like these skeletons, and sometimes the skeletons had like muscle on them or something, or maybe even a bit of skin. But everybody was really like instrumental in putting other things on there. And actually, Eric was the first drummer that we've ever had that it was more like really from the ground up where we were coming in. We knew the songs were solid, and then it was cool that we could experiment that much more and try stuff that totally didn't work, and then try stuff that we thought wasn't going to work that totally did work. There's a lot of failure, a lot of like, which I think is kind of good. Like I think if you're experimenting, like part of the experimentation is failure, and then that makes, okay, well that didn't work, so this will work.
Yeah. And I kind of think the band takes on a life of its own live.
Yeah.
I think it's too. I mean, the songs are definitely there, but it's definitely a different world to see us live and listen to us on record.
You know, going to a live show, and if it's really going off and things are kind of falling apart, and somebody drops the microphone and it goes go, and like, you know, and people are screaming along, and you hand the mic out and some kid like sings, you give him, you know, and he sings part of the chorus like so out of key. It's like, that's amazing, and that's like part of that night, and that's part of what's making everything awesome. But I don't really want to hear that on record, you know.
It's hard to capture that live energy on record, and,
Yeah.
and you know, to go from like listening to a record and you see a band live just absolutely explodes. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what they were putting on the record. It kind of starts to make sense at that point.
I definitely want the records to be as amazing as they can be, and that if you never saw us live, like you would still be really excited about it and connect with it and stuff like that. But I don't feel like it needs to, like, when we get on stage, it needs to be the exact same thing. You know, I want to do the best show possible, but it's like, all right, well, you can listen to the record if you want the record. Hey, this is Mike from Riverboat Gamblers, and this is
Eric from Riverboat Gamblers,
and you're watching Baeblemusic.com.